Although recent tsunami events have occurred in East Asia, and tsunamis most commonly occur in tectonically active regions, they do pose a threat in the UK as well. Research here on the east coast of Scotland is helping geographers better understand tsunami hazards. We're about 40 kilometres north of Dundee, right on the foreshore of the Montrose Basin. For the last 5,000 years, sea levels have been falling here in Scotland. During the last ice age, the north of the UK was weighed down by ice over a kilometre thick. Now that the ice has melted, the land is rebounding. We call this isostatic rebound. This rebound has raised up the land here well above the current sea level. We call this a raised beach, and it's here that we find evidence of a tsunami. So Sue, what have we got here?
Something really unusual. When this land was below water, the slowly flowing currents of the estuary transported and deposited this really fine-grained sediment we see here. These sediments have been deposited slowly over time. The older sediments are at the bottom and the younger sediments are on top. But look closely here. This light grey-brown material is much coarser sand. To transport and deposit this sand, we would need water with a lot more energy than the gently flowing estuary currents we see today.
Over 40 kilometres away, just south of Dundee, we see a similar story.
If we dig into the ground with this gouge auger, just look what we can find. Oh, that's it. Perfect.
Oh,
Now that
fantastic.
is a good core. So we've cleaned off this core, and what we can see at the base of the core are the older sediments. At the top of the core, these are the younger sediments, and sandwiched right in the middle is this exact same layer of sand. In fact, we find this same layer of sand in sediments deposited right across the coast of Scotland. Through radiocarbon dating, we know that this layer was deposited 8,200 years ago.
8,200 years ago is around the time that a giant underwater landslide occurred off the coast of Norway, the Storegga landslide. This huge event was one of the largest landslides we know of, covering an area of the seabed larger than the whole of Scotland. The ocean shelf that collapsed displaced a huge amount of water, triggering a very large tsunami. The tsunami travelled across the North Atlantic Ocean, inundating the coast of Scotland with a series of huge, high-energy waves.
In Shetland, these waves reached a height of at least 20 metres. Here on Scotland's east coast, the waves were between 4 and 6 metres high.
Those waves picked up and deposited sand across the coast of Scotland.
This is the sand we see here today as evidence of that catastrophic tsunami event.
So, could another tsunami happen in the UK today?
Well, the answer is yes. As recently as 1755, Cornwall was hit by a 3-metre high tsunami. But these are rare events and they don't happen very often. It is unlikely that another large event like the Storegga tsunami would happen today.
In geography, the past is the key to the future. Studying evidence like this helps geographers understand what events have happened in the past so we can be better prepared for what may happen in the future.